Hello there, people of the internet, and welcome to the first episode of a brand new campaign that may look similar as One Piece, but it's different as we're a group of people who know each other, can reliably show up, Winter, and are all comfortable being around each other and talking because we've all been friends for like 2 years or something now. So yeah, there hopefully won't be any shenanigans like the last campaign. Hopefully, but even then, we're starting out. We're missing someone because honestly, it's not his fault. It's just we all want to do it, but he is currently going through his final like graduation exams right now. So we're just saying he's asleep in the ship. Anyway, since this is the first session of a new campaign, we will begin to introduce people. And if you can't tell, this is me, Paper. You know, the guy who runs the channel and everything. But yeah, it's me, Paper. I am playing, as you can see by the overlay, Benjamin. He is a relatively tall human with brown hair and purple eyes who is wearing what seems like an armored lab coat. And now we will start with the DM. DM, introduce yourself. They need to know your voice. Bobo.
Hello, I'm Bobo. I'm gonna DM this and hopefully it'll turn out good.
Hopefully you don't vanish for another 8 months. And now we're on to the next person. Ice.
Hi.
Introduce yourself. Who are you playing?
Fuller, Hayden, average height, pink hair, yellow eyes, has giant scar on lip.
As you can see on the overlay, his name is Ice. He's Fuller. And just say one more thing.
Fuller is not a drug addict.
Yes, that's Ice's voice. Now, we have one mute. And as you can see, it's Ash, our mute of the group. And
Our
Ash is
local
playing.
mute.
Ash is our local mute woman person.
Local mute dealer.
And Ash is playing Mona. And now we'll finally get to Dragon. Dragon, introduce yourself and who you're playing.
He's just
I'll stop this round. Yeah, I'm Dragon. I'm playing I guess a sniper. I have short black hair, white skin, and average height. And also, I am a female. I will not do a female voice. Taco, shut the fuck up.
Who is this Taco?
Fucking Dorito. A fucking Dorito talking in general.
I
you
know.
smell like tacos or something.
For those who don't know,
shall
Taco's
we
another one of
begin?
our little group's members. He's just in the Discord hanging out for the recording, but he's not actually playing. He's just
Shall we
listening
begin?
in. And now we can begin.
Okay. So your unnamed crew of pirates have been a crew for a few months. You met in the South Blue, I believe.
We met in the South Blue on the island of Numachi.
After a few months, you've made your way to the Grandline. You just made it to the Grandline. This is probably your second island-ish. We begin in the island of Say So.
What so?
And Say So. And you guys have to stop at this island for probably a few days to get your log post to point to the next island. Uh, you guys are just arriving and docking your ship.
Oh, okay. As we dock, our ship is just it's a Caravel class ship, isn't it? Like the Going Merry.
Yeah, it's just like a small wooden
Yeah,
ship.
it's a small normal ship. It doesn't really have any like fancy designs on it. But as we dock, my character Benjamin, who is the captain of this little gang of pirates, well, he didn't set out to be a pirate. It just kind of happened because drunk Marines blamed the town burning on him. But yes, as Benjamin jumps, like straight up just jumps off the ship onto the land and just runs to the side to make sure what is known as the Benji Mobile is still tethered to the ship.
You see, it is tied by like 2 ropes still to the back of the ship, and it's it's seen better days, but it's still good running in there.
Oh, thank God. Oh, the Benji Mobile is not looking too good. I'm gonna need to get some new steel soon. Oh no. Now,
No.
if this were like a video, you'd see a very old school steamboat, like early 1900s steamboat that's relatively small. It's like the size of an average like speedboat. Although if you don't know what that looks like, it's about like 20 feet, like 15, 20 feet long. And yeah, that is what Benji is doing. He's checking on that, and hold on. Yes. So that he's checking on that, and what's everyone else doing? You know, gotta get more interaction. Do things.
Yeah, okay. Uh, I was paying attention. What's going on?
You
Yeah.
see that the island is it's green, it's lush. There's a town or a city pretty close to the dock. You can see it. It's like a few minute walk. You also see that there's a big hill on the far side of the island, and you just see a decent sized military base or navy base there.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Well,
They breathe like cockroaches. Oh, I'm sorry, man. They breathe
Okay,
like
so are you guys
cockroaches.
walking to the city
Sure.
or staying on the ship or
City.
I'm gonna hop
okay?
down and just go to the city.
Eventually, you guys make your way to the town. You're an assortment of a crew. You don't exactly fit in anywhere, but so you guys make it to the town. You see, there's people. They're all smiling and happy.
Wait,
There's
before
like
we
an
left, I pulled up the Benji Mobile a little closer, so I can't just like. But it's still tied to the ship.
okay.
Too lively.
So, well, we're walking to the town, I guess. Well,
Yes.
we're already on our way to it, and we see people just smiling about.
Yeah. It looks like the people are pretty happy.
Mhm.
You
Very hippie.
uh, you see a man with black hair. He looks pretty ripped. He's pretty muscular, and you see him just helping an old granny. He's just carrying a few boxes, and then you hear a young couple from across the street. They're like,
That's quite nice.
Hey, Caden, can you come help us after you're done?" And then he's
Caden.
like, "Yeah, sure." And then he looks your way and notices you guys. Like, "Wait, one sec." And then he starts approaching you. You see that he carries two swords at his hip. You can only see the handle and the sheaths. The handles, they look well made. They have like diamond shaped engravings, or not engravings, whatever the word is. And then he walks towards you guys, and you see him kind of like unsheath the sword, and he's like, "More pirates, huh? It's not like the Marines are gonna do anything."
Oh,
Mhm.
how are we pirates for just walking into town? I have like my hand up pretty much like, hey, slow your roll, man. How are we pirates? We're just walking into town.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to do
I
it.
saw-
Although
I saw
between you
your
and
ship.
me, this girl with the cat ears is kind of crazy.
You never see the cat ears yet.
Okay, so he's walking towards you guys, and his swords are like slightly unsheathed, like he's ready to use them at any time. And then he stops and he stares at you for a minute,
Hi.
and it's just awkward silence.
So,
And then he just
So,
bows his head, and he's like, "I'm so sorry.
yeah, well,
You guys are pirates, right?
no, I don't think so.
no.
Wait, do I have a
Is
bat?
that not your ship?"
Yes.
Yeah. We don't
Well,
have any like Jolly Roger, do we?
I mean, I assume you do.
No, we don't.
Oh, there's a Jolly Roger, but that isn't ours.
Didn't we?
Ooh. We came here just to get some pants.
Bobo, we didn't start at the idea to become pirates.
Yeah, but you guys are pirates. Okay,
Also,
doesn't matter.
listen, why would we advertise we're pirates with a Jolly Roger? We don't
Yeah.
really want to be noticed.
Yeah.
Okay, so he bows his head and he just says, "I'm sorry," and he's speaking very loudly when he.
It's all right. I believe your name was Caden. It's all right, Caden, buddy.
You guys,
Also-
your souls, there's no evil in them.
Like between you and me, there was some drunk. We were trying to kill a pirate in a town in the South Blue, and some drunk Marines thought we did it, and they kind of gave us bounties. So we're kind of pirates, not by choice. But we're not like pirates. Anyway, nice town.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it seems very nice.
He goes up to you and he kind of like gets like within a few inches of you, Benjamin,
Hmm,
and he just kind of like stares at you for a minute,
kind of close, ain't ya?
and he's like, "Thank God."
Want to be my friend?
Eh.
Sure. I'm just glad you guys have pure souls, unlike stupid Marines.
You have a double fruit. Like,
Would I even have a soul?
What's that?
you ever eat a weird fruit that tasted like very foul?
Yeah, it's called bananas, and I'm not really a big fan of them. Like,
Okay. Well, anyway, I don't care.
the outside part is just like so tough and fibery, and it just doesn't taste good at all.
But you eat the peel?
What do you mean?
You know the actual fruit's inside that fibery covering, right?
Are you telling me that I've been eating bananas wrong my entire life?
Yes. Yes, you
Yes.
have. Anyway, Sorry, I didn't even introduce myself, Caden. Even though I heard your name from that couple who was around here at some point.
Such an
I don't know
idiot.
because they thought it
Why
was
didn't no one
funny.
ever tell me this? I'll have to try sometime.
My name is Benjamin Ellington. A pleasure to meet you. I just hold my hand up like a handshake.
Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't introduced myself. And he shakes your hand. He's like, I'm Caden.
Just Caden?
I just Caden.
Okay, Caden.
I look after this island and help out the people. need it.
Protector, hey?
Yeah, the Marines don't really do their job. All they do is tax us and make us suffer. They act like they're
Right.
so high above all of the normal citizens.
Man, I never realized how incompetent most Marines are until I, left my island.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, anyway, we
Anyway,
have
so
guests. And he just turns around and yells out at the times like, "We have guests!" And then you see like everyone come out of their houses and just start like waving and smiling and laughing at you or laughing with you. They seem like very nice people. Very happy.
too
Well,
happy. No. Anyway,
well, I suppose I should show you around.
yeah,
Are,
that'd be
are you planning on
cool.
staying here?
Maybe like a couple days, a day or two.
Perfect. You can stay
Go
at my
get-
place if you want.
Go and get some supplies and wait for our log post to reset, then go back onto the ocean.
Yep.
And then you see all of the people who were waving and smiling at the town, they just stop. And then they look, and they all just go inside their houses. And then as the crowd kind of clears away, you guys notice that there's two Marines just walking. And then they see a dog like crossing the street, just like he's wagging his tail and he's panting at them. And then one of the Marines just kicks him and punts him. And you see Caden, he like reaches for his swords and grits his teeth really hard, but he
Right.
holds himself back.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. There's a
I can
much
see
to
why you
handle
don't
about that.
like the Marines, as Benjamin's just smiling while he said that.
Appreciate that the world government protects the people. It's just on the individual level, a lot of the people who work for the Marines
Oh, yeah, to be
aren't
fair.
good people. All of their souls are so dirty. They're so
Mhm.
corrupt.
What's this souls nonsense you keep talking about? You could see people's souls?
I can't see them. I can hear them.
That seems like voodoo stuff.
Whoa! You're like that one story my grandpa told me.
You sure you're not sick?
Huh?
Yeah,
Or
Grandpa.
have like
Well, I don't know what happened to him. I haven't seen him in a while. But he kind of just disappeared whenever I turned 16? 17? One of those. It's been a bit. It's been like 2 years. He told me a story about some guy he knew. He said he could hear, like, everything. Like, he didn't even hear sea kings. Like, just, he could hear everything. That was like some
Well,
super special ability.
my hearing's really not that great.
He said it was like voice of many things, sounds
Never heard of it.
of life. What was it? Probably not too
Never heard
important.
of it.
All I know is you got a neat ability.
Cool.
You're
Well, anyway.
special. He just pats him on the shoulder. You're a rarity these days. You
Thanks.
know what?
And he kind of like blushes.
You're interesting. I like you. You
uh,
want to be my
He doesn't
friend?
like orgasm. Well, we're already friends, aren't we?
Well, yeah, you want to be my friend, like these guys. I just point to my crew.
Yeah,
They're my
for a second there,
friends.
I thought you were gonna ask him out.
I thought so too. I guess
Dragon,
you-
shut up.
I,
Say
I,
BL manga dragon. Just because I
I
met
know,
someone
but
is like,
for a literal second there, I thought you was gonna
Well, if you're asking me to join you, I can't exactly do that. I have a duty.
well, you know, just like
ask.
be my friend.
Sure.
That's
Well, anyway, I'd
it's
recommend
two
staying
times
away
the
from the
friend of
room.
normal friend. I should come up with a new name for my friends. I got it.
Oh, God.
Best
Dan.
friends.
I believe that word existed.
Really?
Yes. Have you not had friends before?
No, not really. I was kind of in my room all my waking hours.
Oh,
Oil.
that's
Rather
Uh,
depression. I can see why nobody want to be with you.
we've already been traveling together for like 6 months. Axia.
Yes. Yes. I know.
Well, anyway,
well. Anyway,
let's get on with this town
let me show
tour.
you around. Well, this is the residential area. This is where most of the people live. And that over there is the most popular bar in the town. A good friend of mine owns it. Her name's Lassie.
Lassie,
She
got it.
serves the best drink and the best food around. Um, that's the bank. The dock you've already seen. And then it's pretty much the town. And then I live on the outside of the town by the lake.
That's neat. You're neat.
Thank you.
Should I be complimenting random people too much?
Yes.
How do people work? Oh no.
I gotta say, it's kind of weird.
Okay, I won't compliment you as much. Got it.
Well, anyway, my town, your town. So, well, I gotta go help. I gotta go help the Johnsons. So
What's wrong
I'll
with the
be at my house.
Johnsons? I'll help. I can help. I can do things.
I mean, they probably just need like firewood chopped or something.
Byron, I could do that. I'm good at that.
I don't think he's a guy.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, and he leads you to the couple who asked him for help, their house, and he just goes into the back and he sees the husband, and he's like, "So, what did you need my help with?" And he's just like, just a normal." And then he just goes out back and starts chopping firewood. And I guess you're gonna help him.
Yeah. Oh, I got a neat trick, Caden. Totally. Watch this. I touch the wood and my hand is glowing purple. It turns
Okay,
into
so
planks.
the log just turns into small like planks of wood.
Yeah.
Boom. Look at that. I'm helpful.
I guess while he's doing that,
Oh, that's
I'm
pretty neat.
gonna
Are you like a professional lumberjack or something?
Something like that.
Cool. What were you saying, Dragon?
yeah. Well, he's dealing with the lumberjack stuff. I'm just gonna scout around the area, see what's going on.
Okay. You see people just doing stuff. You see a few Marines, and everyone's kind of avoiding them.
Okay. Uh, as I believe you said there was a not military, but marine base somewhere.
There is. It's on the top of a large hill at the edge of the town.
How long would it take me to go there and back? Right, like
Like
an estimate.
30 minutes ish.
Okay.
Are you gonna go there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna part from the group a bit and just sneak my way up there.
Well, Axia just wanders off towards the Marine base. Is anyone else doing anything?
No, Benjamin's just helping this guy.
Okay. So you make it to the Marine base. I'm guessing you're keeping your distance, or you're just going straight up.
Benjamin staying to help the rare individual. He wants to befriend him and learn. How do you hear everything? Can I replicate?
You're just like a 5-year-old asking questions. How do I walk? How do I what's that? What's this?
How do you hear? What does my soul sound like? Why are you so nice?
Whoa. Okay. I mean, there's so many questions.
I'm very intrigued by you. You're like a walking question.
I don't know if I've always been able to tell if people were nice or mean since I was born, and
What's mine sound like?
I don't. Happy, curious, smart,
Okay. Well,
confused.
I am. I'm confused. I'm confused by you. Well, sorry for asking so many questions.
It's fine.
Oh.
So Axia, you see a Marine base. There's like 2 layers to it. There's the bottom, like it's kind of like a big rectangular room, and then on top there's like a circular second layer.
But at this point, I kind of just head back, and I wanted to test my luck.
Okay. You also notice that there's like a decent amount of Marines watching the place.
Mm.
It's fenced off. Okay, so you make your way back, and you guys finish helping the Johnsons. Well, I suppose I'm gonna go home. You guys are free to join me if you would like, but
Okay. Totally.
I mean, you just keep
I was
walking.
up for free food.
Yeah. So do you just do this all the time, every day, your whole life?
Pretty much.
That sounds rather depressing.
And as he's walking through the town, people are just waving.
Sounds interesting.
Hey! So after like 20, 30 minutes, you guys leave the borders of the town and you guys start heading towards the lake, and you see a small little shack at the lake. And you see like a clearing, and there's like a bunch of trees, but all the trees like have slash marks, and some of them are like chopped in half and stuff.
Mm. Let me check the shack out.
Well, this is where I live. He shows you the shack, and you look
Yeah.
inside. It's just like a bed.
It's
Right.
cozy.
Let's
You have a
look
nice
inside.
home.
Are you poor?
Thank you. Well, kinda.
Yeah. That's
All the
awesome.
money that I earn, I kind of help out the townspeople with paying their absorbent taxes.
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 That's
Taxes are evil.
my non-existent
Hold on,
parents
my
told
dog is killing some.
Midnight
my
murdering
non-existent
somebody.
parents told me tax evasion is the best evasion.
No, no, it's not. You do know. They take you to impel down if they catch you evading your taxes to the dragons, right?
I'm just a measly flea in there. Dog of taxes. They won't know it's
I'm
one
back. There was
person
a
not.
cat.
They won't know it's one person not paying taxes.
You better hope they never realize you don't pay taxes.
Well, taxes isn't even that high.
Do you know how
So?
taxes work?
Honestly, you're a handful enough.
As you guys are having this conversation and all like gathered around the shack, Caden just goes to the place with all the slash marks and stuff, and Pulls out his swords and starts swinging them around and training.
Neat.
He looks like he's pretty skilled.
I get hit by that thing. That's gonna hurt.
So what are you guys gonna do for the rest of the day?
I guess I would just
I don't know. We're just on an
inform
island.
them.
Are you just
Yeah, I'll
gonna
just
hang
tell
out with
everybody.
Ken? We're gonna go to the bar. Or...
Can I go? Can I go into like the town and like look around, see if they have like a blacksmith or like
Yeah,
Sure.
just a part
Right,
So you
shop?
go into the town and you find a blacksmith that Kaden showed you.
right. I want to do something. I was gonna tell them the little information I managed to gather by going to the marine base.
You do know you can
Okay.
say that. We don't just have to instantly cut.
I don't know.
There's travel time between. We're all going back to the town.
So you guys make it to
See
the
so?
blacksmith and he like waves at you. It's like, hey, you're Kaden's friends.
Yeah.
Well, what can I help you for?
As everybody was quiet.
This
Uh,
may sound weird, but do you have
I
any
like
just like
weird.
sheets of metal?
Not sheets. I have bars of iron and steel.
Bobo, what would happen if I dismantled a bar of steel?
I mean, you can try and find out.
How much for a small ingot of steel?
5,000 berries.
Okay, that's doable. I hand over
Like $50.
5,000 berries. Oh,
Okay.
it hurt.
He hands you a bar of steel. Just like an ingot.
And I do the thing.
Okay, so you activate your devil fruit and your hand glows purple and you touch it and nothing happens.
Dang it.
It's already in its raw form, so
Well, I guess I could just use this to patch a hole in the Benji mobile.
NG Mobile.
Actually, question: does that lake filter out to the ocean?
no, it's just a lake.
On an island?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a stream that the lake forms into?
No, just a lake.
Not really a lake, then is it? It's just a giant ass retention pond.
Okay, sorry, it's a giant ass retention pond paper.
Okay, then I
Sorry, guys.
I guess we just go back. 'Cause we don't. What are we doing? What are we doing here?
Are you guys going to the bar or are you going back to Cadence?
Yeah, we'll just go to the bar. Whatever.
Okay.
The
You guys go
bar
to the
things
bar.
happen.
You drink and eat and party. You do what pirates do.
Yes.
Are you guys gonna sleep at the bar?
What is? Oh, I guess we go back to Cadence. What is this? It's like we're in one giant cutscene. What's going on? I'm
Yeah.
confused.
Okay, you go back to Cadence and he's done training and he's like,
I have bad
Oh, hey.
feeling.
I was just about to make supper.
Yeah, we all
Food?
glad.
I like
We all
food.
drunk. What do you do at the bar? Like,
Nothing.
yeah.
You
Well,
drank and ate, I don't know. You did normal
Partied.
bar things. Like pirates do.
drink.
After a while, Caden cooks up a boar that you probably assume that he hunted.
Mm-hmm.
Do you eat it?
Yep.
You all die. I'm kidding. It's not the best cooking, but it's edible.
It's all right. All right, it's meh.
It's like chicken. Chicken.
By now, it's probably nearing dawn, sundown.
What are we? Are we? Can I check our log? Can we check our log post in the morning?
Where are you guys sleeping?
Yes.
I'm just going to. I guess I'm just gonna run back and go to sleep in the Benji mobile.
Okay, so are you guys gonna sleep on the ship in the Benji mobile?
In the Benji
No. The Benji mobile was specifically tailor made for Benjamin. He built it for himself, so he has his own personal bedroom and workshop in his little Benji mobile.
Okay, Benji is sleeping in the Benji mobile, but what about the rest of y'all? Are y'all
It's
sleeping on the
essentially
ship?
the captain's chambers.
Okay, so you guys go to your ship and you start sleeping. Uneventful night. You wake up, you check your log pose. It's still like calibrating, I guess.
This has been a very uneventful thing so far. Well, man, life is so boring recently. Why can't it be like what that happened? Well, no. I don't think about it. What happened on Numachi was kind of bad, but it was fun. It wasn't just, existing.
So you guys wake up and you look at the town and you don't see anybody.
That's odd. Where is everyone?
Do you go check it out?
Yeah. Benjamin's gonna go check it out.
No one's in the town. You knock on someone's door, no answer.
Hello? Anyone
Make
here?
a perception check.
Hold on. Hello? Anyone?
Perception.
It's okay. Who wants? I'm
a plus 8
Oh.
perception.
Ash, you'd have advantage because we're
One more
helping you.
person can. Okay, or roll out of the advantage.
Fucking okay. I got a 4 plus 8. That did not go well.
I'll say that's high enough. You guys look to the marine base and you see a small you see a little bit of smoke coming from there, like black fire smoke.
No. We
So are you guys gonna go
we
to the
need to-
marine base?
we need to go. We need to go to the marine base. We need to make sure this is not what I think it is. Bobo, please tell me you didn't.
I don't even know what you think it is, but
Black smoke coming from the marine base. No one around. Everyone suspiciously missing. A
so you guys
giant
gonna go
smoke
check it out?
cloud.
It's not giant. It's like a little bit of a smoke.
Okay then. Let's go make sure that everyone's all right.
So you guys make it there, and as you're approaching, you see a lot of townspeople, and they're all like holding pitchforks and brooms and
Oh, they're just
torches.
rioting.
That's where you
Oh,
saw the
thank
black
God.
smoke from, and they're like yelling. And then as you guys get closer, in the courtyard of the fenced-in area, you see a wooden stake, and on that wooden stake, you see your friend Caden. And
What?
he's tacked up on there with nails through his arms, and he's just sitting there and is covered in blood.
What?
He fucking crucified.
What?
You see that he's still breathing, and then all the townspeople are just like, "Let him go! He was just protecting him." So are you guys gonna like get up right to the gate?
What is
Jesus.
going on?
Oh god.
Is he Jesus?
No, he's
The
not
fucking
Jesus, Dragon.
Yeah, the fucking I have
Or are
a
you
feeling.
guys
I
getting
have
up to the
a
fence?
feeling.
Dragon, he's not Jesus.
Fine.
Yes, we go up
sh-
there,
you should
Bobo. We don't
probably,
just stand there
Okay, so
staring
you
at
go to the
him.
fence, and you see a marine who's taller than the rest, and he's wearing like a different coat. He's tall. He has long white hair. It's kind of like it doesn't look very clean or appealing. It's like fraying and
What's your name?
ragged.
Mr. Big Marine?
Well, he doesn't hear you since all the townspeople are yelling, but
Yeah. Well,
and
you know,
he just goes up to Caden and he's like, "Ah, you,
can I say something real quick?
and he puts his finger up to him, and you see that the Marine's fingernails are extremely long.
I
Like,
was
That's-
literally about to call him Captain Toenail.
they're like a foot long, and then they start curling. For if they were like stretched out flat, you would assume they're like 5 foot long fingernails.
Christ.
That's disgusting. Yeah, that's
And
very
he puts his
disgusting.
fingernails against Caden, and he's like, "You've been causing us some trouble. Thank God, I can finally get rid of you. You
I mean-
finally snapped. You killed 2 of my men."
What?
All
Murder? I mean,
I've had to do.
this wasn't as bad as I thought it was. I thought they were burning civilians.
And then Caden just like spits out blood at him, and he wipes it off of his face.
Can I like?
What
Can
do you
I?
have to say for yourself?
Can I walk up? Like, can I walk up to the captain almost, or whatever this guy is?
There's a fence in the way.
Dang it! Can I touch the
Okay.
fence?
I remember something. I think definitely next.
Um,
How much do you weigh, neighbor?
I've never said how tough. He's 200. I weigh 200 pounds.
let's say it's
You
pretty
think if I
heavy
could-
armor.
Yeah.
Huh?
I think I was considering just help you get over the fence, but I don't think
No,
I
no, no,
carry
no.
you.
Don't worry, Axion. I have a plan. My hand glows
Okay,
purple.
so
I touch the
you
fence.
reach out and touch the fence, and you see enough for a person to fit through. You see it break,
See?
and then like just turn into like the poles that the fence are made out of.
Ooh.
And then as all the town people see this, they start rushing through it before you, and they just push you guys out of the way.
Ah!
And then the Marines that were there, they just start shooting. They just start unloading. And then Caden just yells like, "Stop! You're gonna get yourself killed. Just let me go."
Oh my
It-
god.
And they just
Oh.
keep
Oh god,
going
oh god, oh
and
god.
keep going, and they'll keep getting shot.
What? Why are they like fucking sheep running into the goddamn opening in the fence?
They push through, and they take out a few Marines.
Oh my.
It's
So
already
what are you
started.
guys gonna do?
I
Well-
aim at one of the Marines that are shooting.
Oh God, no.
No, don't!
He's
I-
distracted. I'll just say that you hit him and you kill him.
I'm not aiming to kill him.
Okay.
Just aiming to
well,
shoot the weapon out of his hand.
roll
so bad.
damage.
I'm aiming for a
You
weapon.
kill him.
Yes.
You kill him.
I aiming for his
You-
hands.
Kill
He
him.
no longer. I'm aiming for his hands, Bobo. He would no longer have hands.
Okay, you shoot through his hands, and then he bleeds to death. You literally killed him.
He's trying to go non-lethal, just unconscious from
You
shot.
can't go non-lethal with a ranged attack.
Hey, you have to just don't aim for a vital area.
Everywhere's vital if you.
As I said, you kill him, and you see Caden, you see teardrops just start going down his eye and his face.
Axia, you. The answer is to not. You don't just.
I aim for it. I forgot how weak they are. All right.
I just
I
slap
thought they could survive a
Axia.
little.
I just
bit.
slap Axia in the face.
Okay. Are you trying to do damage or just
No, just slapping.
Okay.
Why is it always shoot first? Ask
Gotta slap
questions
him
later
back.
with you psycho.
I just nodded and slapped him back. Let's just focus on the
You
situation.
just murdered a man because you
By
can't
accident?
fucking aim right, and you hit him in his fucking artery.
As you guys are arguing like this, you see Captain Nail. He steps in front of the mob of angry citizens.
You know what? See, this is what you do. I point my arm, and then you just see 3 missiles fly out and hit the captain or whatever his name is in the face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
That's
Okay.
what you do. Controlled targeting. Not just
They
fucking
hit him.
shooting willy-nilly.
He kind of just shrugs it off, just pays no attention to it, and he
Mhm.
puts out his finger, and his nail just turns straight, and then it shoots out and just kebabs like 12 townspeople, just like completely just
You know
spears
what?
them.
Okay.
And then his nail just comes back and snaps back. See,
That's
Caden,
disgusting.
this is all you're doing.
See,
Ah,
Axiom, fire at the biggest guy first.
If you take out the small guys, you have less to worry about.
Yeah, but if you take out the leader,
you know,
normally the little
Caden,
guys scatter.
I would kill you, but I think it'll be much more fun if you have to watch all of your precious
what?
townspeople be massacred.
I'm done arguing with you. You're just
Okay.
being a dummy. I walked to the part of the fence that isn't filled with random civilians surging in like mindless sheep, and I just make another person-sized hole and just walk through and just start like pretty much just running up. And then as I'm running up, you see a visor slam down on my face like Iron Man style.
Okay. I suppose everybody roll initiative.
Don't worry, Caden. I'll help. Totally. But it's all like discombobulated and robot-y. Like something like, hold on.
Wait,
Hold on.
position.
So the fence is like
Hey,
here.
if they die, they die.
Not-
You guys are on this side.
yeah. Something like this.
Ah,
Whoa.
robot. Alien paper.
You see Caden is on the
No.
the
Not that.
like spike right here.
Basically, he's
And-
like Zorro, like wrapped up and tied.
Crucified.
The marine is right here.
I don't think he's
Yeah, but with
crucified.
nails.
God, that's
So
a
everyone roll
terrifying
initiative.
marine.
A horrible roll. 5.
Look at that. I got 12.
Basically, I put a hole in it through here. Oh my god.
Yeah, you don't put my character sheet.
NG is acting a little more
Mm.
crazy because all the death and also Axia being not very
Intelligent.
helpful. You know,
What
just
the fuck? I didn't expect that to kill him.
he also pretty much just took a body shot. Really, this is what he
Yeah.
did. So, yeah. This
Makes
is a
sense.
very bad idea.
Well, blame that thing over there. Pointing at, as I say, pointing at Axia.
This
Oh.
is a very bad
you wanna be next?
idea.
Can't shoot me. I'm the team's doctor.
Oh, I was cheeky either way. I know how to fix you up right afterwards.
Okay, seriously though, it's Mona's turn. We're just... This is just pure chaos. What is going on? Everyone's just dying. Axia murdered a man again, but this time it wasn't a war
Mona, it's your
crime.
turn.
I
What are you doing, Mona?
have 14 unless I will commit more war crimes if I have to.
No, you
Okay, roll to hit.
won't.
That
We're gonna-
misses.
We're gonna abandon you if you keep
You
doing.
see his toenails just come and stretch out, and they go like between his legs, and they just block the bullet, and then they
This
snap
is
back.
so nasty.
That's
What is this?
It's
I
like
don't think
Captain
Satan's
Arrow
turn,
from One
he
Piece
can't do
D&D, but
anything.
just nail instead.
Right.
Lord's your turn.
You go for
It's act-
ice.
It's Axia's turn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Actually, it's your turn.
Okay. I take papers of ice and I aim at the big guy.
Who's paper?
Yeah, who's paper? Yeah, who's paper?
I take the nerds of ice and aim at the big guy.
The nerds.
Okay, war criminal.
I don't.
Make
Nothing
me-
you can do
Well,
can make
make
a
me the
war
next-
criminal think.
So maybe.
That hits.
Throw you in the ocean.
Well,
11. Nice. That one hits him. It doesn't. It barely grazes him.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I also
Where
have
are
a not
you?
great feeling.
Just kind of run up, kind of behind Benji. Quickly pop a pill.
Describe it.
Okay, which pill?
It's kind of. I've decided because the way pills work, I finally figured out how they work. Takes a blue pill, and he just pops it in his mouth for a quick minute. And
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
You took a blue pill for resilient constitution.
Yes,
And then you see a bulge in Fuller's pants get larger.
No, stop. This is going on YouTube.
It's just muscle. It's just muscle.
It's just his muscles. He's just jacked. His veins are like pulsing or some shit.
Yeah, that's it. His veins, yeah.
I regret life decisions here right now. Anyways, you see more veins pop all around him. And that's all I do. I just kind of stand behind. I stand here.
Okay. Benjamin, it's your turn.
Well, I'm not doing that voiceover a lot. It's very annoying. But you see he's obviously, if you can't tell by now, my character Benjamin is an artificer. He's an armor artificer, so essentially he has the power of Germa science on his side. And he also has a little blue field forming around him. Because
essentially he just cuts out. Can't be heard.
Essentially, I said essentially as Germa science. Oh no, my internet's my Discord's dying. It's alright though. He has a little blue field forming around him. And he's just going to run. Oh, I can make it up there. Also, if you can't tell by now, he has devil fruit. It's a neat little thing. Let's him do this. So wait, Bobo, question.
Yes.
Does he see me? Obviously.
Yes.
Okay. So dismantle. Okay.
That hits?
As I'm just going for like his back because he's just attacking my new friend. I'm like, no, you can't do that. He's my friend, and just.
Wow. Big
That's
damage.
the first bad roll I've had on this. It's a 1, 2,
Okay.
3.
So Benjamin, he goes through the hole that he made. His hand starts glowing purple, and he puts it against his back. And as he does this, Captain Nail kind of glances back at him, and then his devil fruit activates, and it kind of rips his shirt, but just barely.
What? Oh, come
He's not
on,
really pleased.
Sosa.
Devil
This
fruit
is-
eater.
This is so bad. Ah.
Okay.
Comedy.
And
Oh, perfect. You guys lined yourselves up for me.
oh god.
You're not
Oh.
going.
Shit. Fuck, he's out of the range. Never mind. You see his nails, they just kind of like, they straighten out, and then you see them like pop, and then they gleam, and you see that they're pretty sharp.
What
Well,
are
well.
you? Some kind of
Against Benjamin.
Wolverine?
Against Benji.
That
Guessing
literally
18
just
hit?
meets my armor class.
9 slashing damage. Great
You
roll.
You see the blue little field just shatter.
Okay.
Ah! Owie!
But, your turn. Oh, wait, I didn't roll for the Marines. It's fine. The townspeople are keeping them busy.
No, for now. Till they all die.
Oh,
That hits.
yeah, we're just revealing everything. Well, not everything.
The Moa throws out a kick, and it just, like, a compressed airway just goes by and, like, tears up the ground on its way. And it's the Marine? Yeah, you just chop him in half.
Why? Why is everything so graphic?
Okay.
Why
Mona,
am
do you
I
wanna move?
surrounded by murderers?
Okay. So Caden glances to his side and sees all of his town people just being massacred and killing Marines. Just utter chaos. He's going to rage,
Don't worry,
and then
Kaden. I'll help you. I'll get you out of there.
he's going to try to break free. Double
Man,
advantage.
I hope I don't get infected in this chest wound.
22. Okay, so he manages to pull one of his arms free, but that's it for now.
With the 22?
Yep. Axia, your turn.
Yay. Nope. I'm gonna pick off one small fries.
We just like throw him in the water and in a barrel and just send him down Luffy style. I'm just asking, like out of character at this point. Can we just send him
I
in a
mean,
barrel
you
full of
could.
apples? Throw him
Alright,
into the water.
Okay, I'm shooting somebody in the leg.
Let fate decide his.
Let fate decide whose fate? What?
Let fate decide. Axia's fate. Give him a barrel full of apples. Lock him
Him?
into it. Axia, whatever. You get what I mean.
I know what you
What,
mean.
what do I do to you guys? I've shot 2 people.
You killed him.
I didn't mean to kill the first one.
Axia, what are you doing?
I'm shooting this guy in the leg.
Okay, roll an attack.
14.
Is that it?
I used to be a Marine once until I took a
Okay,
bullet
you
to the
shoot him?
knee.
And you just completely obliterate his leg. He's still alive. And conscious. They're just barely.
God,
Just
I'm
look at my
picturing like
gun.
fucking
Well,
Vietnam.
never mind. He's completely dead.
I just look at my gun.
Axia! Stop
What the hell is
shooting
wrong with this
people!
thing?
Fuller, it's your turn.
So I
Stop!
shot him in the leg.
Just stop,
How
please!
did that destroy his bullet?
Every bullet you fire is like a fucking landmine!
The Fuller just decides to hang on. Dash. Like he actually takes, I think, the dash. He kind of runs over here and sees if he can try and help out our friend.
Was the dash your action?
Yeah, the dash was my action.
Then
You
can't do
help.
anything
This turn, I just kind of try and help. I start and helping him.
Okay.
Hey, Jesus Christ!
Okay. Benjamin, it's your turn.
You know what they say? Second time's the charm? As he reaches his glowing purple hand out, like, what's the third time's the charm?
That misses.
I know.
So you reach out and he just puts his nails forward and you just touch his nails instead. But
Ew.
they,
At least I have
I
gloves
suppose
on.
they'll break. I suppose they break, but then he just forms new ones.
You're a nasty person. You're nasty.
Now it's his turn.
It's disturbing up close.
He's gonna slowly walk right behind you, Benjamin.
Hey,
And you see
what are you doing?
he points at you, and you see his nail just shoot out like a bullet
Ah.
straight through you, and
It
it also hits Caden.
No, it just breaks upon the second it hits my armor.
Okay, so you dodge out of the way. I think that also misses Caden.
I don't dodge, I take it. Because it's bullet.
Well, you can. It's not a bullet. It's his nail like turning into a spear. Yeah, that also misses Caden. So he just completely misses.
Ha! Your aim is bad! Oh god, you're disgusting.
And his eyes lock onto you, and he kind of looks down at you because he's really tall.
How tall?
About like 7 foot.
Okay, I'm 6'4". I am tall, lanky nerd character. But I have freaking like Tony Stark battle armor.
Okay. Okay, so Mona runs behind him and just punches him in the back. Okay.
Man,
Did you
Ash, you're
hit
really holding nothing back.
Okay. Flurry of blows. So you punch him once, you see it doesn't really hurt him all that much. And then there's 2 more, and they both miss. You see,
Well, actually-
after he gets hit by the first time, you see his toenails pop up and block your hits again.
Wouldn't the first hit technically have a light metallic coloring?
No.
It's that one, you see that one
First
Bobo?
of all, you can only see hockey if you have hockey.
That's just a
Second
theory.
of all, again. Second of all,
Film theory.
as we've seen many a times before Loopy unlocked hockey, it doesn't always.
Yeah, but then again, I don't think hockey was fully thought of till...
Later on.
Anyway, doesn't matter. We won't discuss logistics. Keep playing.
Okay. Caden's gonna try to tear his other arm free. 21. So Caden is basically free now. That's his action. And then he's going to run up to Nail.
Hey, Kaden,
And
buddy. Yeah, we need help
that's all I
dealing with
can do.
this disgusting man.
And he draws his swords. Axia, your turn.
Yeah, okay. So, yep. I guess I point my finger at Mr. Big Guy, like Mr. Toenail, and used an activate Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay.
I grab my musket and
Okay. That hits. You're aiming at Captain Nail, right?
for marks, making 7 damage.
That one also grazes him on the cheek, and he kind of licks his blood up, and he's like, "Oh, you guys are so annoying." 4, your turn.
I'm glad I could be of use getting him out as I just backtrack to this guy. And you see him kind of, he just kind of runs back and just tries to throw his punch.
That hits.
As you
Sheesh.
notice. Yeah, look at that.
This time you punch him, and he looks like he's actually phased by it. Like, it makes him like rear back a little bit. Benjamin, your turn.
It's my turn. You know what? Let's go for this one more time. Third time's the charm. That's the right saying. So, dismantle!
That hits.
Yeah, third time was the charm. Third time was the charm!
Okay, this time you touch him like
I'm
in
reaching
his
for like his
chest.
chest.
And this time all of his clothes are torn, and you can see his bare chest, and it's a little reddish.
That didn't nearly as much
Oh,
as I thought
his
it
turn.
would.
What is he going to do? Kind of surrounded.
Well, guys, I think this makes it official. We're really pirates now. Oh, God.
Don't think about it.
Okay, sure. Can you make me a dex save, Benjamin?
I'm not good at those. No, I'm super
Okay.
not good.
So you realize that his toenails were digging under the ground, and you see 10 like bars made out of nails just come up, and they just surround you, and they form a prison. And
Oh
then they're
no,
like tightening.
I'm trapped.
And the nails are like kind of starting to cut you, but you are restrained.
Oh, great.
This
That's
is
disturbing.
disgusting.
Oh, God.
Oh no, it's your turn.
Did it do damage?
No, not yet.
Okay.
That hits.
I'm not doing a great job of captaining, I think.
Yeah, captains
Okay,
aren't
so you
supposed to.
stab him and punch him.
Then again, I can just touch this and it's gone.
Is that
Really
it?
want to touch someone's toenail.
I already
Okay,
have,
Kevin's
Fuller.
turn.
It's disgusting.
I figured. Wash your hands
So
after
with
this.
all of the rage, Hayden just kind of like lets out a roar, and he swings at Captain or Lieutenant Nail twice with both of his swords. One of those hits, dealing 19 damage.
What the
So you see
He has
Caden
a
just slash him
sword.
across the chest.
He has a sword that's fucking inflict wounds damage.
Yeah. Fucking 3d10.
3d10
And then
plus
Caden
rage.
says, "You touch one more, of the people of this town that you're supposed to protect. I swear, I'm not gonna let you come out of this breathing.
As we
Actually, yeah,
cut
you
back
can.
to the 100-something civilians slaughtered. In fact, there's only like very little left.
Probably.
Not really. They're actually faring pretty decent against the Marines because there's not that many. There's probably like 20 Marines, 30 Marines. There's a lot of them that are dead, but at this point, they're fighting off the Marines pretty well. Axia? It's you only.
Grab a gun.
Civilian.
Aim at his head. No, aim at him again. And take a shot.
That it?
I don't have to roll low for damage. I think that's 10. Yeah, I did
How's
math
that? You're
right.
so good at math.
Yeah, man, 6 plus
Fuller,
4.
your turn.
As I'm disgusted by the toenail cage.
Fuller, it's disgusting.
I can tell. I just blind hit him.
It's almost breaching my
I
armor.
misses. You see he's visibly getting pissed off at this.
Yeah, I figured anyone would be.
Benjamin, make a dexterity save again.
Can't I just dismantle it?
You can try. Roll a charisma, I think, is what your devil fruit's based off of.
That's based off my intelligence, because
Okay, roll an intelligence check.
we decided it would be like based off my main thing, because it's like how I understand components and junk. It was a mix up between intelligence or constitution.
So yeah, make an intelligence check.
18.
That's a save. So
That's just -2 or just reroll. I can. 13.
Okay. So you reach out and touch it, and you try to dismantle it, and you dismantle it for a second, but then the nails just grow back.
Ew.
I'll say that you could have done that as a bonus action. Now you can make a dex save.
Okay. Yeah.
You fail. Okay.
Yeah, I
So
have
these
nothing to dex.
2 of these nails, or like some nails, are just gonna shoot out of the nails that are already surrounding you and just pierce you. So you take
God, guys,
13 damage.
hell! This nail prison
And now it's his
hurts.
turn.
Why is he only targeting me?
I think he has something against you. Maybe it's because you wear glasses.
He can't see that, you dumb bitch.
See? Hey,
Well, he's
what?
gonna push past Fuller.
Who's
So
murdered 4 people
you,
today? You
Wanna
Mona
make that 5?
and
try
so
it.
Mona and Kaden get
Bitch.
opportunity attacks.
Back in your characters, just
Miss and a
for some
hit.
reason.
Okay, you do 3 damage. He kind of just ignores you, and then he points his finger out again, and his nail just shoots out again like a bullet. Well, it's like a spear, piercing both of you. Hopefully, oops, that's the wrong thing. Don't pay attention to that. 7, nice,
Misses.
Yeah.
and that's his turn. Mona, it's your
How do
turn.
you miss extending your nail at 2 people?
Help
I'm disgusted.
me.
I don't want to think
In
about that.
pain. I'm getting infected with this nastiness. Ah!
That is why I stay up here.
That hits. Okay, so you kick out again, and like a wave of compressed air, and it cuts a deep like slash into his shoulder. It's Caden's turn.
Need a new friend, please.
Caden's gonna run over here, and he's going to swing twice.
Well,
Both hit. Ooh, this is gonna be tough.
Bobo, is this
Oh my.
Bobo?
Okay.
This
Yes.
character is broken.
Yes.
For now.
He is a literal DMPC at the moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's clearly gonna get out the class as time goes on.
No, he is
To be
he is a
fair-
character sheet, meaning it is planned for him to gain levels
That's
with
because
us.
making him was way easier than making him for
Okay.
character mentor was way easier than making him NPC.
You know what?
Actually, yeah.
Axia, do something! Hit the guy! It's not like I have fucking nails going through my arms right now!
Yeah, you think I want to go through that? No, that's why I'm up here.
Shoot him!
I'm coming. Jesus.
Please! Just do
Just run those down.
something!
Well, fine, I'll do something. And she loses on the right bullet.
No!
Oh.
You're gonna no! Don't do the explosion! You're gonna hit us all!
You want me to do something? I'm gonna do it.
Then
Just
do
right
it,
God, if
you
you hit me, I'm gonna let you
psycho.
drown. I'll let you drown in the bathtub.
Let's go to this lose red bullet, put an actual bullet. It aims at the guy.
Okay. That hits. Okay, 9 damage. Nice. Fuller, your turn.
Right, hang on, quick minute.
Hey, Fuller! Kick his ass!
Alright, fine then.
Or
As you see
help me,
Fuller.
either or. I'm in great pain. In fact, I don't even think I'm in my right mind anymore. I
As you
think
see
I'm getting
Fuller
infected.
turn around and like with an arm swing, just like try and smash through the toenails. Put on him
Are you
strike.
trying to free Benji?
Yeah, I just try and smash through the
Okay, roll a strength
Toenails.
check.
strength check.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hang on. D20 plus 15.
So you punch it and they start to crack, but it doesn't quite break. Benji, make a deck save.
Oh my. Please, RNGesus, save me
Right.
now!
I was making sure I did the roll right.
Finally, okay, so you manage to squeeze through an opening in the nails, and then
Aha!
they just retract back and they just snap back to his toenails.
God,
That's your turn.
I have open
Unless you want to
wounds.
move or bonus action.
movement is its own action.
I can't do any. You know what? Secondary field activate. Oh. As you see a blue energy field just coat him again. He's just like, ow. I don't.
You better bathe. We're gonna have to bathe in sanitizer after this.
I'm gonna have to inject healing serum into my veins.
Okay, it's Lieutenant Nail's turn yet again. Third time was a charm, right? So he's going to move over here.
Oh, second time's the charm.
Wait, did he just move on top of me?
Yeah.
Yep. Sure.
He's currently teabagging
He's
you.
going to, for the third time, try to. Oh my god.
Man, you can't throw a spear to save your life, can you?
So what does
Points
he
at
push?
Bill and his nail flies out again, but Caden just slices it in half with his sword and his nail just
Good
goes
job,
back to his
Caden.
finger.
Oh god, my blood feels infected. Ah.
Well, that's your turn.
Natural 20. Good job, Mona.
The ultimate shot.
Sheesh.
I'm not gonna lie, I
5
did.
damage with that nat 20.
I did actually probably use up quite a bit of my luck with that double natural 20 when I was just rolling at the start.
Yep.
First one hits, second one doesn't. Y'all have either been getting really shitty rolls or really good rolls, and I've just been getting really shitty rolls.
Good.
Caden's turn.
And I call for a nerf from Caden after this because he's 100% going to get nerfed because our teammate is obviously too strong and you're going to apply.
Caden is not going to get nerfed. You guys are just going to get buffed.
Okay.
You
I don't even know why I'm saying anything. God.
Because
Or-
big,
Is
true.
tired
'Cause
paper
big
already saying
numbers
hi?
equals cool.
No.
See, he missed both of his attacks.
Finally.
I'm totally not tired. It's not like 10:40.
Tired paper's back.
I'm actually not tired though.
Well,
I'm
hopefully
just
this will
I
end
don't believe you.
my filter's not really there.
Axi's turn.
Yeah, your filter's the first thing you go.
Yeah, so Benjamin is out to fucking nail cage. Everybody is currently aiming at the current boss, if I'm correct.
Don't
Yep.
you
You know what?
dare.
Fuller,
Hmm?
you're gonna be my new first mate. Totally.
So what
As
is
long as
the-
we're as long as we're sailing off that thing, the sniper.
That hits.
This is why I've been doing my job. I've been sniping. My apology if I accidentally killed people halfway through.
Roll damage.
For full well,
alright.
guns kill
Okay.
people.
Yes.
People die when they're killed. I thought you knew that.
Yeah.
Fuller, it's your turn.
It's my apology that this gun has been blessed by the god of death himself.
Yeah, okay, enough infighting, crew. Fuller, punch this guy in the face.
Right.
Right out and punch him.
As you see Fuller do exactly
Right
that.
now.
Like you see him go for a full face punch. Oof. It's a solid.
Okay, you punch him in the face, and his cheek is kind of bruised now. His face is starting to look kind of deformed.
Okay.
And he has gashes on his chest, and his chest is also like reddish from Benjamin.
You know what?
Slightly disassembled.
Let's do something different. Sosa punch! As he's gonna jump up and just punch him in the face with the Sosa energy.
Okay. Roll an attack. As you try to
Man!
punch him,
Punches, man.
he just grabs your arm and pushes you out and throws you like back to where you were.
Ugh. What is wrong
It's
with me
Lieutenant Nail's
today?
turn.
I need to inject it into my veins. I moved.
You guys unlocked phase 2.
Yay.
So now he's visibly very, very pissed. So now he unlocks his multi-attack.
You really gave...
that you. I felt like no, it would have been a full of
Let's do it, Mona.
Oh no, Mona! The one I actually care about!
That's 19 damage.
He rolled 219. He rolled them 2 19s and did 19 damage.
19 damage.
That's his
Nice.
lucky number.
So as you see both of his hands and his fingernails just elongate and then turn sharp, and he just like slashes both of his hands at once across your chest. That's your turn. Miss and miss. No, it's Caden's turn.
Yeah, have your DMPC kill him. You got this, Bob.
I don't think he can
Dragon
possibly
steals
kill
luck.
him unless he gets 2 natural 20s.
Dragon steals luck. Do it now. Aha!
Okay. That's unfortunate. Okay,
Oh wait,
so
you're
the
right.
first one he swings, but Lieutenant Nail, he pushes his sword out of the way and he accidentally hits Fuller.
Ah.
Fuller, you take 21 damage,
Uh,
and Lieutenant Nail takes
That is 30 on the dot.
30 damage. Not bad.
quick question, paper.
Yep.
What, the 21 damage, that knocks me out of my temporary hit points. Do I take the rest of the damage in my regular hit points?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, hang on, let me do some math.
How did you get temporary hit points? Was that from your pill?
Yeah, my pills give me temporary hit point.
He pops
So,
pills and gets HP.
3, 1, 2.
As
He took his
I only
blue
got
pill.
hit.
a great doctor should.
Oh, God. I just see Fuller's kind of shake.
That's
Man,
Axia's turn.
But time to do the same old, same old.
I know, Mona. Just give
I
me a
misses.
minute.
No,
First
it's
miss.
Fuller's turn.
Fuller,
Fuller has
like,
a gash in his side now.
he's also, as if you look at his hands, like he's really shaking as he quickly goes to a bag, pops another pill, and this time
Are you
it's
having
a
a
blue pill.
withdrawal?
No, it's the pills. He can't take too many of them a day.
So you just took another blue pill.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay, and you see the same. No, I'm kidding.
No. As he kind of he like carefully makes his way over to Mona and like takes a how judging by looking at Mona, how hurt is Mona?
Mona is very hurt.
Right. He goes into a separate pack that has the green like doctor sign, plus. He goes into it, he takes out a pretty bigger. It's got I don't know, I forgot I had a thing.
Are you forgetting words?
Yes. He does this. It's a slight. Oh my god.
Okay.
Absolute minimum.
Mona, you heal 6 hit points.
It's
That
the
was
big
literally
filter.
your absolute minimum. What the?
Benjamin, it's your turn.
You know what? I should probably change my approach. As I'm just gonna start like walking off a bit. Do.
Was that a bad batch?
Where do you think you're going?
All right, here to do this.
I'm not gonna let any of y'all leave alive.
Scorching bullet.
Oh, you can't have the other ones.
Did it roll? Rolling. Did I click it?
I'll explain later.
Did it? There it is. 23.
That hit?
Yeah. Ah.
4 fire
Dang it.
damage. Not bad. Not great, but not bad.
Well.
Lieutenant Nail looks at Benjamin, and then he looks at Mona and Fuller and Caden, and he's like, I'll deal with all of you. But you, and he turns around and looks at Axia.
Yeah.
Did you think that you could just sit back and keep shooting at me?
Yes.
And his nail shoots out again. Fuck! What is wrong with these rolls? And you dodge out of the way, barely. It's like, damn, there's something wrong with me. It's like
Yeah,
God is
there's
just not on
something
my
wrong with
side.
me because you rejected me with your sickness and your disgusting nails.
Mona, it's your turn. Fuck! I haven't hit like any of y'all.
You hit
Oh, wait,
me.
he has multi-attack. He has multi-attack now.
It's a little too late.
Hold on.
It's too late, Bobo. You already ended the turn and said it's
Yeah, it's too late.
Mona's turn.
She could just do her attack
fine.
and we switch to Mona.
Okay.
Just let Mona go.
Mona, you stab him, but then you try to punch him, but after you stabbed him, he is aware of you, and he just parries it off with his nail.
I hate this guy. He is disgusting.
Wait, you don't like the nail fruit?
No.
It's great.
It's gross.
Now it's back to Caden's turn. And he needs to do
Go,
one of
Kaden, you
these.
got this. Woo!
Hold on. Okay. Caden passes out from exhaustion and blood loss.
What?
He's unconscious.
Oh no!
As you notice that both of his arms have been profusely bleeding.
Doctor.
You've never said anything about his arms bleeding.
Well, yeah, he was literally nailed to the stake with 2 giant screws.
I think it was Zoroed.
It's pretty cool. I have to go down there.
Was Zoro stat? I thought he was just tied.
I think Zoro was tied.
Yeah,
Or
I
at
thought
least
he was just tied, but like chained.
He was
No.
tied.
Actually, it's your turn. Answer. The foot.
Alright.
No, it's not. No, it would not.
It's not arranged.
He's not range.
Also, he's just hurt because he was literally being nailed to a post.
He was also very beat up beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Fuller.
Hmm?
The guy's down.
Yeah,
Guy's down.
I see that.
New
Will you be able to
friend!
handle-
No!
Handle what?
Will you be able to help them out?
Yeah, I can get him probably.
I'll try to keep the rest of the nails distracted.
Maybe don't plan so loud. As we're just screaming at each other.
Well, we're
Man,
really
I
far
really need to
away from
develop
each other.
some sort of communication device between us.
Yes.
I didn't mean to move.
I shoot. I don't know what to.
Natural 20.
Yay.
Oh, now that
Natural
actually
20.
misses. Wow, nice.
Got a 15.
That's 15. Wow, big damage. He's looking pretty hurt.
That's my backstab regularly.
Fuller, it's your turn.
They're all
Fuller's
so
gonna
low.
like evade his way around the captain and take another bigger pill, another bigger green pill, and try and force feed it into our unconscious friend.
It essentially just looks like a sensu bean, pretty much.
Kinda. It's the upcaster ones are just bigger. I forgot I had size comparisons, but it's like a
Okay,
gumball.
you
Like
force feed him this pill, and he wakes up, and his wounds like start to close, but he's still very exhausted and hurt.
Can't do anything about the exhaustion, bud.
Benjamin, it's your turn.
Okay. Okay. Got this. I got this. Yep. Purple punch. No, I don't got this. What have you
His toenails
done
come up
to
and block it
me?
again, and you just hit his toenails.
Why?
Now
What
it's his
is
turn.
wrong with me? I feel so weakened. Seriously though.
Do you move away paper? Because that would be an opportunity attack.
Wasn't? Oh yeah. But he's all void. Nah. I stay.
Okay. He points at both Axia and Benjamin, and
You.
his nails shoot out yet again.
And again.
Please tell me. The first one is at Benjamin, second one's at Axia.
Well, it
Ooh,
hits.
I actually rolled good for once.
Yeah.
This one's at Benjamin. 7. Wow.
Ow! You see my blue shield shatter again.
That is an awful roll. And then at Axia. What is wrong with me? 2 not ones.
Bubba, why are you disappointed? You just want to
Because
kill
I
him?
want y'all to die.
Okay,
I
I,
want y'all to at least a little hurt.
See, this is why you wanted to start in the Grand Line. Even though we told
Literally,
you
Axia was
no!
untouched.
But I
Mona,
haven't
it's your
been.
turn.
I've been polluted by this nail.
I've only been hit by our teammate.
Oh, that hits. 7, nice. You stab it. Oh, wait, that also hits.
A lot of damage.
6. Okay.
7.
So you stab him, and he kind of like, you stab him in the back, and he kind of like, bends backwards, and you hear his like spine crack. And then you jump up and you punch him in the face, and he like kind of falls down, and then he gets back up. He's looking very hurt. Caden's turn. He's going to rage and then swing.
Yeah, it's done.
Not 20.
Yeah, your DMPC gets to kill.
Hold on. 25.
27.
Okay. He is very, very hurt.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to say, it's probably like a 1.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Bobo. You got your DMPC, man.
Right, he literally had 28 hit points. Axia, it's your turn.
Grab my gun. I aim and fire.
And you missed.
That
First miss.
misses.
This is my second miss, mate.
Fuller,
You see Fuller just kind of like
he's on his last leg,
help.
and he's just
He
looking
just-
around with like crazy eyes.
Pain.
oh, got this. As he tries to take one final swing.
Misses again.
This man he's entered Ultra Instinct.
That misses. Okay.
You know what?
Benjamin, it's your turn.
Ah, Dismantle! Fuck!
You guys suck.
Can't hit him.
Bobo.
Okay. Yeah?
You gave us a 2-stage boss that is only being whittled away by your fucking DMPC.
That is not
Not really.
true. You guys have done more damage than him.
Oh no, he's only done about over 100.
Yeah, probably.
That's
Okay, it's
such bullshit, like, unironically.
Sorry,
it's Lieutenant Nail's turn.
Yeah, we're gonna
He's going to
die.
disengage, and he's going to fucking run.
fucking coward.
Is
That's as
he?
far as he can get. He's like,
I-
no, I can't die here. Mermaid, it's your turn.
One just catches up.
As you easily catch up to him,
There it is.
that hits.
He's dead.
As you stab him in the back of the throat, and it just goes all the way through. And then he chokes on his own blood for a bit. And he's
So
like,
far, not been too fun. A lot of sickness. Ugh.
Fine. Just bathe in sanitizer. We'll be fine. Just bathe.
I hate this. Also, it feels like someone raised the temperature in my house to like fucking 80.
What are you, a father? Oh, by 80.
No, because I can feel the fucking heat dragging.
Yeah, when you said by 8, then yeah, anybody would notice that.
No, I like the image of paper sensing when someone touches the thermostat.
No, I can't because I can feel the temperature shift.
Uh,
Bobo,
yes.
very fun, very pain.
Should we end now? Or should
No,
we keep
we
going?
can keep going. I don't care.
Okay, well, combat is over. But I'm
Yeah.
guessing you were trying to kill him?
Obviously.
Okay. Yeah. He is dead.
So what happens?
Okay, as you guys are finishing up this fight, you see that there's a lot of civilians dead, but they've managed to defeat all of the Marines, and now you just look at the military base, and it is just burning.
Well, this island's screwed, and we're all criminals. Guaranteed. Well, Clay, your life as a guardian is probably over.
So like,
I am going to go boil my blood.
that was concerning.
I don't
You know
recommend
what?
doing
Suit! Inject
Just
the
as a
serum
note,
into
his
my
hands were
veins.
very clean.
that. I don't care. It's not. I don't care what you say about it.
I just injected my healing serum into my veins.
You're gonna die before I do by doing that.
I know what I'm doing.
Remember, I
As-
believe Ice has already healed Mona.
Not by much.
Okay.
Bobo,
You also
what?
see Fuller's like
Why?
veins and his muscles finally like relax
Yes.
as he's back like
Why?
just there.
Why toenails?
Yeah, why
don't
the
know.
nail
Not
fruit?
about it.
Out of everything, you could have given him the spike fruit at least. So he could have just been an inexperienced spike fruit user.
No, it's because toenails are
What's the-
cool.
It's
And
North
tomato.
4. I still have the Hunter Mark single one.
Also, I got this idea because I went out and I saw someone with like really long nails. I'm like, that'd be interesting.
I
course he did.
rolled absolutely horrible. I really did use up a.
Me too.
Yeah, but we
Oh.
want you to roll not great or
I
average.
I don't need to roll good.
the only time I got hurt was when our teammate hit
No,
me.
the
Bobo.
second the nails went into Benjamin, his rolls turned into shit.
Yeah.
I think the nails were bad.
Oh my.
luck.
I also just realized that Caden's weapons are D10s instead of D8s. It's supposed to be 3D8, not 3D10.
Yeah, that's why I said, like, what the he has goddamn inflict wounds as swords attacks, and he does it multiple times! He's doing a fucking fireball explosion!
So that's my bad.
That's why I was calling him your DMPC. Also, I need to put a warning in this at the beginning, like, FYI, there's no filter on my brain because we did this relatively late.
I told you, tired paper. He came out as
I'm
he
not
usually
tired.
does.
I just have no filter, and I'm more
Exactly.
prone to
I
anger.
don't think any of us do.
I have a filter.
I don't.
I know. We all
I
know.
just say
it.
whatever comes out my mouth.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, goldfish. Anyway, Bobo,
Alright.
serious question.
Yes. Yes.
Level.
I don't think so.
I
'Cause
don't-
none of us took much.
Yeah, we're gonna
damage.
Grandline. Ugh.
What does actually that difficult you think about it?
Axia took like no damage. The
I
only
took
people who
5,
took
that's it.
the only people who took actual damage was Mona and the DMPC Bobo. He doesn't
took 40
count for a level
damage.
up. Ash almost died in one hit.
I
Or Mona, sorry.
So
took
you also
40
took a lot
damage.
of damage from Caden.
From Caden, yeah, but I mean, I only lost a little bit of health. I only lost 5 health
Ice.
from that.
I took
Yeah.
40 damage.
Yeah, see, 2 of y'all almost died. Not everyone.
Also,
That's why I
would have been
stay
much
away.
better if I hit a single spear attack where there was more than one of you in the way.
Why are we just talking? Anyway, Bubble, you decide. You're
I don't
DM.
know.
We're only like an hour and a half in.
Yeah, that's what I do.
We've only been going for an hour and a half.
Yeah?
Well, I suppose y'all level up.
Yay.
As
Yeah,
so I
that
lose the
was
body.
that was supposed to be a very difficult opponent. I just didn't roll very well.
Yeah. And also, you infected me.
You affected me with your disease.
Seriously, though, it was very odd that the second I got infected, I was like, oh, you're diseased. Nails in my body.
And then you started rolling awful.
I jinxed it into reality. Well, I get
Yep.
nothing besides... Ah, my phone.
You all
I
get
gotta-
stat increases or feats, right?
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? We're gonna do that real quick and we'll be right back and we'll finish this
Mhm.
session.
I got average.
We'll be right back. And we're back from that level up. Yeah, that's probably not gonna happen again for a while, but also I've reflected. I jinxed myself a grand total of 4 times during that combat. I said, second time's the charm. No, wait. It's third. So I jinxed myself, but then on the third I did get the hit. Then I said, your nails, they're infecting me. And I started rolling crap. But anyway, enough of that. Caden, my new friend. Why were the Marines here so evil and corrupt and disgusting?
As they still have up in the body.
It was all male.
You know what?
We told them they could do whatever they wanted.
You know what?
They just went wild.
Can I ruffle through his pockets real quick?
What are you doing that right now?
Oh, Nail? I thought you meant Caden. Sure.
Nail. Just take anything from him.
Yeah.
Like Aiden.
I take
want
everything
to-
from him and just put it in a pocket and it just like it fits. It just goes in the pocket.
Okay, so you can add to your inventory about 50 nail clippings.
I just throw those on the
Yeah.
ground. I throw those away.
Is he like Kira from JoJo's? Just asking.
Like who?
Kira from JoJo's. He like clips his nails for murders.
He collects them.
Well, but what
Yeah,
else did you
collects-
find besides the nail clippings?
See if I can
You find
finish.
like 50,000 berries.
I pocket
I was
that.
already searching the body. Wait a minute.
Axia? Axia, I'm gonna need
Yes?
you to back up. Back up for a second.
Uh,
Mona,
okay.
back up. I take a step back. I point my wrist at it and a little mount thing comes up and sprays a bunch of oil onto the body.
Okay.
You can't
Then-
burn his body.
I hold my left arm out, and then a familiar little like match like gun barrel pops out. It just shoots the body and ignites it.
You're gonna
I
burn,
imagine it
buddy.
shoots out like something flammable, but there's just like a little like thing of fire in front of it. So just like
Oh.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
what
a
it does. It's, like,
flamethrower?
it's basically like the flamethrower on the Mandalorian armor, but like it shoots a projectile.
it's like a bullet covered in like flammable oil.
Yeah, essentially, there's like a thing. It has like a tube, like it's like two tubes that connect to where the thing fires out. And, like one has like a little orb, like a little cloth orb or something, lights itself on fire, and just flies off because it gets launched. Then he's not on fire. Oh.
Okay, you
That's
guys
that
see
one.
all the civilians like rushing over to Caden and like helping him up, and
Aiden, are you alright? Friend.
you see like a slight smile, but he's very weak right now, so it's like hard for him to even do that. And he's like,
You know what?
"I've been better."
I pat him on the back and I pat him on the shoulder and he'll feel like a syringe or something like poke his skin for a second, but then he gets a almost max healing again. Now you should feel a little,
Can just look into
Okay,
it.
you should feel better now.
Did you just give him
thank you.
steroids?
No, it's my healing serum.
Hmm.
He gets
Okay.
up and he goes and looks at the flaming pile of flesh that used to be Lieutenant Nail. And he looks at him and he just shakes his head.
Yeah, he's kind of dead now.
And then he drops to his knees and he's just like, "Your soul has been put to rest now."
Yep.
And then he goes to all of the bodies and starts gathering them up
I'll help him out.
and
I'll
digging
also
holes.
help out, new friend.
And he starts burying dozens of townspeople who were all slaughtered in this battle to save him. And as he does it,
Oh, you want to do that? Okay. Can I just use my fruit and just like, can I like move ground or just like turn it into something else or like, no, is it not?
no,
Okay, I can't just like make a hole.
no.
Hmm.
And you see Caden crying, but you also see water coming from his headband.
He's a three-eyed person.
Possibly.
What?
I know why he has voice of all things now. He's what Big Mom wanted pudding to be.
I
Special.
still don't get what you're talking about, me.
Doesn't matter. It's all right. Man, these holes in my arms are very hurty.
So
It's all
after
right,
a
Caden.
while, probably like an hour or two, you guys manage to bury all the townspeople.
All right, they're
Caden's like
all in a better
helping out
place
people
now.
crying that their family members or spouses and loved ones died.
It's kind of their fault. Like,
It
this
is.
is pay for like literally. I was like, okay, guys, let's go in and help Caden. I make a little entryway for us to go in. They all shove us out of the way, like, yeah!
I mean, yeah, they're an angry mob who are only being held back by a fence, and then you just broke the fence.
Hey.
I was standing there. I thought I was about to get. I was getting freaking stampeded.
Probably were.
Wow.
Then Caden approaches you guys, and he's just like,
It's been
he
a
says, like,
hard
under
day.
his breath, quietly, he's like, what was this my fault?
No. Not at all.
Hmm.
It's rather unfortunate that
Hmm.
this
You want
happened, but
the nice answer or the like most likely correct answer?
I didn't know the answer.
The real answer?
Yeah.
Okay, listen. It's kind of your fault, but not really. It's mainly on the on that guy, Captain Lieutenant Nail, and a mixture of the fact that you're just a good guy. You have people who like you and want to be your, want to help you.
If I'm such a good guy, then if I'm such a good guy, then why did dozens of people die because of me?
Because you're a good guy.
They wanted to help you because you help them all the time. They wanted to help you out like you always do for them.
I told them to stop. They just wouldn't listen.
That's the thing about people. They're not. They're not very logical. They follow their hearts. And the heart makes you do stupid things.
As he said, let's take us. If you were one of them, wouldn't you try to out help someone out if they were put in the same situation as you?
You know what, Mona? You're right. We all need a bath. Fuller.
Yeah.
Caden. Axia.
Yes.
We all need a bath and a rest. We also need to just we need time. Especially you, Caden. We need some time. Process. Why did you? Why did everyone go silent?
I'm still working on my
died.
I'm still working on my character.
No, I'm still here.
Yeah.
Caden. You need to just get away for a little bit. Go take out your, quite frankly, a lot of rage out somewhere else.
I'm not mad. Not anymore.
Okay, I'll trust you. You're not
I'm
mad.
I'm feeling a lot of emotions right now.
Probably
but anger
are.
isn't one of them.
You probably just need to. But see, whenever I feel a lot of emotions, I just go work on something and just hide away. Normally, it sorts itself out in my head, but everyone's different.
Well, I suppose I should thank you. If you guys wouldn't have been here, then I think everybody would have died, including myself.
Probably. Don't worry, buddy. If I'm just packing myself, if you want to come with us, just travel for a bit, clear your head, then we come back. You can. If you don't want to, you can just stay here.
But I can stay here.
Well,
The Marines are going to hear about this.
Yeah, the
they'll be
Marines
back.
are going to hear about this. We kind of can't stay here. So, new
I
friend,
suppose. Just for a little bit, though.
would you like to join my traveling crew for a little bit?
Sure.
Welcome to the Benji Brigade! Woo! New friend.
And I suppose that's where we'll end, if everyone's fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the other Marines find out we did this, well, now we're probably gonna get an official bounty, but who knows?
Maybe. It's possible.
If we take out anyone who's
Wait,
alive, we don't have to worry about it.
Do I have a bounty? Do we even have bounties?
Okay, I'll be right back.
Anyway, welcome to the Benji Brigade, new friend Caden. Well, that's probably not a real name yet, but anyway, thank you all for watching. This was kind of a weird session today, but yeah, that's about it. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and goodbye. Hello there, and welcome to the outro. If you made it this far, congratulations! You've reached the end card! Have a cookie! And now that you've had your cookie, if you're not subscribed, click that subscribe button. And then click that little notification bell to get updated whenever we upload. And then you get more cookies the more you watch. Have fun! Enjoy your next video! That should be up here right in this left corner. Bye-bye!